Welcome to this episode of Ask Farmer Steve. Today we are shearing sheep. I'm here with Bob Schroth, and we are going to go over the importance of shearing sheep.
This method that I do, anywhere in the world that you go that you see people with these shears like mine, electric shears, they're going to shear in the same pattern that I do. There's two brothers in the 1950s that actually developed the pattern that we use today. It is worldwide. The big thing of it is before those two brothers figured out how to use sheep's behavior against them, sometimes it'd take 2 or 3 people to hold a sheep down. So the different positions that I have the sheep in, this hand I pull skin with or move a leg with, this hand I'll actually run the shears with. We don't want to make the sheep feel confined when we're shearing them. If you make them feel confined, they'll struggle and try to get away. But the way we shear and the different positions helps me to keep the skin tight. If there's a wrinkle in the skin and I run those shears over the top of it, I'm going to cut that top layer of skin. It's somewhat like a shaving cut because it is just the top layer, but it looks a lot worse on the sheep. It's actually doesn't hurt the sheep. Sheep have very little feeling in the outside layer of the skin, so I can cut them and they'll never move, never flinch. And if I happen to cut them really bad, I can actually stitch them up and I don't have to deaden it or anything. They just don't have that much feeling in their skin. But the big thing with shearing sheep is being able to control the sheep and being able to keep that skin tight as you're going down. So the different positions really, that's the secret to keeping the skin tight. A little bit about shearing the sheep. When we get a hold of the sheep, we set them up on their rear end. Most generally, sheep give up very, very easily, so we don't have a lot of fight. They don't have a lot of fight in them. They give up easily, so that's one reason that we can shear them so fast. So to begin with, we'll set them on their rump. I'll shear the belly off first, and then we'll take the belly off and throw it out separately. It's a different kind of wool, different crimp, and usually dirtier than the rest of the wool. So I'll shear the belly off, we'll throw it out. Shear up in between the back legs. I'll turn her just a little bit because of my equipment. I'll go up the left back leg up to the backbone and clean off her back end. Then I want to run one stroke over the top of her backbone on the other side of her backbone. I'll straighten her back up and I'll shear up the neck. The neck is actually the hardest part of the sheep to shear because you're completely blind, and a lot of sheep have a lot of extra loose skin up there on their necks. So I'll shear up the neck, clean off down to her front shoulder and up to her back, around her ears, around her eyes. I'll turn her again and we'll do what they call a long blows, and I'm taking the shears and I'm running all the way down her back until I get to her backbone, and then I want to do one stroke over past her backbone. So when I get that done, I'll reposition my feet and I'll pull her head up and shear down her neck, clean off around her ears and her eyes. And then as I shear down, I'll just keep walking backwards and shearing until I hit the front shoulder, and then I'll take the rest of the strokes. We'll go kind of on a 45-degree angle down until about the flank area. I'll lay her back down, and then I'll clean the rest of the back leg off and the rump, and your sheep's done. My goal is to get that fleece off in one piece. We'll bundle it up, and then when we package it and send it to the woolen mill, those fleeces are actually just stuck together so they can still separate them and look at the fiber diameter and that kind of stuff to grade it, to put what kind of clothing or felting or blankets that it goes in.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Ask Farmer Steve. Please join us next time when we will be talking about why a farmer needs his sheep. Well, see you next time.